Mr. Transformers96 here with another video where I'm going to be talking about a newly shown Hot Toys item, and this time it is Black Panther. So yeah, very exciting here. Something I definitely wasn't expecting to see this week. I was thinking that probably the week that Civil War came out was when they were going to show Panther. So to my surprise, they showed it quite early. This week has been excellent for Hot Toys information and news. Two figures have been released on Con. Then they also showed us the preview picture of all the upcoming figures, and then they also showed Ant-Man and now Black Panther all in 1 week. So that is quite a good week for if you're a Hot Toys fan, that's for sure. So let's get into this. This is one of, if not the most anticipated, Hot Toys figure from Civil War, considering this is the basically the only new character that's a big part of the movie. Obviously, Spider-Man is a new character, and very exciting to see him, but he's going to have more of a cameo role from what we know. However, Black Panther will actually have a legitimate role, and we do see him in multiple locations during all of the Civil War trailers, so we will know that he is in several scenes, which is quite exciting. So let's get into the actual figure. The figure is looking quite nice here. Just obviously he's in a full body suit. It's a very interesting suit. I'm not quite sure what material it is. I don't think it's like a rubber. I think that it's more of like a I feel like it's more of like a bodysuit type of thing, almost like what Black Widow would wear, to be honest. It kind of gives that type of look to me, especially the way that it wrinkles up over here. It kind of has that look of Black Widow's type of costume. This is just my guess. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like Vision or Superman's costume. It's like a very pliable rubber, or a very thin rubber. It doesn't look like that. So I don't believe that it is that, but it looks a bit more thicker than just a standard cloth there. So, it looks like a different material than just a cloth, basically. So, which is why it kind of leads me to believe that it's more of a Black Widow type of material that her costume uses. But I'm not quite sure. No matter what, it looks quite flexible now. So, Hot Toys can make skin-tight suits that are very flexible. We've seen them do that multiple occasions with, like, the figures that I've just mentioned. Black Widow, Vision, and Superman. They're all wearing quite tight suits, but they still have a great amount of flexibility. The only problem with those suits are sometimes they can leave effects on the suit, which means even though you can achieve a certain range in a joint, you might damage the suit by leaving it like that, because it could create long-lasting wrinkles, as well as it could tear at the seams, things like that. So we'll have to see. I hope that it is a good and strong material, but it looks like you do have a nice amount of posability going on with that material there. Very nice. The actual detail on the suit, there's some great lines, and it looks like it's all sculpted extremely nicely. Just really throughout it, there's a lot of great detail. The only problem is it's black on black, so it's hard to see. Even with like really nice lights, it's the detail doesn't come across an extreme amount. In your collection, it'll even look worse though, because most likely you don't have just amazing light shining on every figure in your collection. So more likely than not, he'll really blend in, and for the most part you'll just see a black suit rather than all the fantastic detail that's on that black suit. The details all around the suit, he has like the necklace, you've got like little areas right here, the top of the gloves, things that are silver, and there's a bunch of silver lining in the face, as well as especially the eyes. He has a lot of silver areas. Unfortunately, it looks like that they painted them in more of just like a gray kind of look. It's maybe slightly shinier than gray, which is definitely really disappointing, because if you take a look at the images from the movie, sorry, that's my background at the moment. Oh my god, it keeps flipping back. But if you take a look at the images from the movie, here's just a couple that I pulled from the trailers. You can see that all the silver detail is very silver. It's not gray, it's completely silver, which really allows it to shine, which is just wonderful. Especially the eyes. The eyes almost look white. They are so bright. So it is definitely a huge disappointment to see that the Hot Toys one is using more of a flatter gray. It hides those details, and those details are so nice on on a character that's mainly just a black suit. You really need any detail that you have to pop, because otherwise it can come across as an extremely boring looking figure. So it's so disappointing that the Hot Toys one does not seem to have very good colors. With the silver there. Super disappointing, and unfortunately, these are the images where there's a lot of light on these figures, or on this figure, sorry. So it should look as bright as it's ever going to get, basically, in these shots. So without them actually changing something for the final release, most likely this is as bright as those silver markings are going to come. It's not like when we get them in person, they're going to be even brighter or something like that. This seems to be as bright as they get, and unfortunately, they are quite dim, more of just a gray rather than a silver like they're supposed to be. So that's something that is extremely disappointing. As far as the claws go, I'm really glad that he has some strong claws with the nails. I think the nails look so cool, and I really like the nails with Panther. I think that he can do really cool things, and he can fight in a different manner than the rest of the Avengers. You have so many Avenger characters that their fight choreography can look rather similar at sometimes, but with Panther here having a new element that none of the others have that he can fight with, it means that his fights are going to be pretty unique. So I really do like the claws a lot. I like the hand that they gave us. It's very fierce looking. I would have liked some extra pairs of claw hands. Particularly, this is actually my favorite promo image for Panther. I just think he looks awesome here, and I love the claws. Bring it up a bit. I love the claws. They're very cool. So I would have liked something more like this that's just really extreme, This has a really crazy type of look. As you can see, his pinky is just kind of pointed down extremely, and then the rest of the hands are all, clawed up, or, clenched up together on this side. I think that just looks awesome. I also love this hand, where the hand, each finger is clenched extremely far, where he's like about to make a fist almost. Really love that. I would have liked some just like open hands to have him like actually like he's kind of landed and he has his hand flat on the floor. I would like to see that. I would have liked to see a hand that's clenched where the index and middle finger are out a little bit further, and then the back two fingers are clenched even further. That would have been really nice to see. There's just, I think that the best part of this figure is the claws, I think. Or not necessarily figure, I think character. I think the claws, visual-wise, is his best feature. So I would have really liked to see them kind of take that further by giving us a multitude of different, really expressive and fierce-looking hands with the claws. I would have liked to see that a lot. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with that many hands. He comes with a pair of fists, a pair of clenched hands without the nails out, and a pair of clenched hands with the nails out. No relaxed palms, and then of course I would have liked to see what I just mentioned, all those other different expressive hands. So hand-wise, I'm glad that we have clenched ones that have, nails, but I would have liked a little bit more variety with that. He comes with the standard, Civil War base, and then that's it. We don't get anything else with him. No Chadwick Boseman head sculpt. I think I said his name right there. I'm starting, he's obviously a new actor to the Marvel Universe, and I remember all the actors' names, but usually it takes, at least by the time the movie comes out, I'll have his name down pat. But I would have really liked to see a head sculpt from him. I'm very surprised that we don't have one. We do know that, he will be in the movie without the Black Panther costume on. We see him in that building that explodes, so we know that, the actor himself will have some moments without, wearing the Black Panther costume, as well as from other toys, we know, or at least can assume, that he will wear the Black Panther outfit with the, but without the mask on. As you can see, just from some of the other figures that have been shown, the Marvel Legends one comes with a head sculpt of him, which can just be put on to the Black Panther body. So, if you take the Marvel Legends one's, kind of word for it, apparently he will appear like that in the film. Obviously with Hasbro, sometimes they do things that aren't 100% accurate, so we shouldn't take this as a for sure thing, but I think that it is safe to say that there's a good chance that he will appear like that in the film. If he does appear like this in the film, I will be extremely disappointed with Hot Toys for not giving us a head sculpt, just as disappointed as I was with Kylo Ren for not giving us an Adam Driver head sculpt and instead just his helmet. I hope that this does not become a trend with Hot Toys. I have to say, I'll be extremely disappointed if that's the case. But if he is in the movie without taking his mask off, then I won't be disappointed. I'll be pretty okay with Hot Toys. And then also just show you the Figure Arts one. Figure Arts one has some really aggressive hands, and especially on this side, he has the one with the hands, the first two fingers that are more extended, and the back two that are more clenched, which is kind of what I was looking for as another set for Black Panther. So this figure hasn't gone on pre-order. I can't talk about the price because he's quite basic as far as he doesn't come with much. He comes with 3 sets of hands and a base. And that's it. There's some great detail in the figure, but we should expect that anyway. So I would love for this guy's price tag to be $200. Based on the accessories that you get, I think that that's a fair price. However, I seriously doubt that that's what they'll do. I think that there's a much better chance that the price tag on him will be $220. Basically just because, there's some good detail in the face, and it's Black Panther, so I think that they'll take that into account and, know that people will probably be willing to pay a decent amount for him because he's basically one of the only figures from this series that doesn't have several versions of them prior to this movie, so... I think a lot more people are going to be picking this one up. I'll definitely be getting this one. However, I do think that the one that will come from his own movie in 2018 will be far superior. We'll obviously get a Chadwick Boseman, yeah. Chadwick Boseman head sculpt for that one. I think that's 100% guaranteed, as well as we'll get more accessories that are more specifically themed to his movie. Obviously, in his movie, he'll have more accessories because the whole thing, revolves around him. So I think that the next version will be much better. So if you can wait for it, I would highly recommend waiting. However, that movie doesn't come out for another 2 years, which means the Hot Toys won't come out for another 3 years. And I'd rather just wait the 8 months and get this one, and then decide if I want to buy the next version or not when that movie comes out, because I don't think I can wait for this guy. He's looking pretty awesome. So there you go. That's my opinions on the newly shown Hot Toys figure of Black Panther. If he goes on pre-order and he's either super cheap or super expensive, I'll make a video talking about it, but if the price is basically what you expect or a little over, a little less, I'm not going to make an update or anything like that. But there you go. Very excited for this figure and can't wait to get it. Let me know what you guys think of it, and thanks so much for watching.